That's what we have to decide, Mrs. Saxon. If we pull the network show for the news special on the wreck, we'll have to pull the entire hour. That'll leave a half hour to fill.
Well, surely there must be something we can do. Put the news special in the first half hour, for instance.
Our tapes won't be edited in time.
Mrs. Saxon, we just got a call from our camera. They're asking if we can arrange a line feed from the Grand Falls TV outlet.
Arrange a what?
Well, there's a chance for a live broadcast from the local rescue center.
Yeah. My dear, I'm sorry. What is your name again?
Feline.
Feline. I haven't the vaguest idea what you're talking about. But it sounds like a very good idea to me if it's feasible.
I'll talk to Charlie Rush about it.
Mrs. Saxon, just a reminder, we haven't even had the camera rehearsal for the broadcast tonight.
Which broadcast, for heaven's sake?
The 11 o'clock news. Nicole's spot. Except I think maybe you ought to talk to her. I don't think she's in very good shape right now.
I can't do it. I can't go in front of the camera and announce Draper's death.
Can I arrange for somebody else to do the broadcast?
Yeah, but I'm not worried about the broadcast now. I'm worried about April. And she doesn't know, and she's gonna have to be told.
That's before she hears it from another source.
When I called the hospital about half an hour ago, they said she was still asleep, but I think she should hear tonight because tomorrow morning she could wake up and someone else might tell her.
Nicole.
It's quite a baptism by fire for you, isn't it, Geraldine?
Miles, I can't think of a more appalling time to be concerned about a news broadcast. But I told April I was going to try to do this job. And right now, that broadcast is the most urgent thing we have to do. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. We were just talking about how to tell April the news.
She has to be told soon.
I know. I think you should go straight to the hospital after the broadcast.
Yes, well, we have to. We're the ones that have to tell her.
Nicole, I think they're ready for your camera rehearsal now.
Geraldine, I don't think that I can manage the show tonight. Glenn has some people he can call at short notice. Howard Daniels might be available.
Now, please, my dear. I'm sorry. But this is your job. And as difficult as it may be right now, I really think you should do it. Don't you agree, Miles?
Yes, I do. You're gonna have to tell April about it. You might as well tell the whole world.
You're right, of course, Geraldine. I don't have any right to react this way. I've been broadcasting bad news for weeks now.
Nicole, I know how upset you are. Something like this is so shocking and unexpected.
It's ironic, isn't it? Usually work is supposed to be a tonic for grief, not in this case.
But this is our job, and we're going to have to do it.
Something tells me you're going to do it very well, Geraldine.
This just came over the wire, Mrs. Saxon. It's the updated casualty list.
Is Draper's name on that list, too?
Yes.
Isn't there a chance that it could be a mistaken identity? I mean, they said the fire was devastating.
Sweetheart, there couldn't have been any doubt about the two of them. And don't forget they were handcuffed together. The metal would have survived the fire. The bodies were probably found still linked together.
Nobody to drink with, so I just have to drink all by myself. After all, this is a very special occasion. Premiere of Mansion of the Damned. It's not quite like the old days, is it? God. Every limousine in Hollywood. And the lights. Those great big searchlights probing the sky. And crowds, hundreds, thousands of people. Oh, and cameras, microphones. And now, I'm having my Hollywood premiere at home. Just me and my little video cassette machine. The world is certainly changing, isn't it? Not for the better. Let's see what our big picture looks like on a tiny little screen. Nola Madisson in Mansion of the Damned. Oh, thank you, Owen, billing me out of the title. What a nice gesture. Oh, what a shame Elliot isn't here. Well, I'll just have to be an audience of one.
You can't do this to me. Look, don't you understand? I'm leaving for California tomorrow morning.
Well, then shouldn't you be home packing?
I am packed. The whole damned house has been packed for days. Nola's very anxious to leave Monticello, and this time she's staying away for good.
Well, I suppose wherever she goes, you go.
We are engaged to be married.
Oh, I know, I know. You're gonna make a charming couple. Probably as charming as you and Margo Huntington. Tell me something, Elliot, just between the two of us. Which one was older?
You don't care, do you? It doesn't mean a damn thing to you.
It does. I told you I'm very happy about your engagement. Tell me something. Are you planning to have children?
You're more impossible than you ever were. I think the damp English weather has helped you grow longer claws.
Well, if I'm so impossible, then why were you so anxious to see me?
Because I want to know what's going on in that twisted mind of yours. One minute you're all over me, the next minute you're yawning in my face when I tell you I'm leaving.
Elliot, I will miss you. You are still the most handsome, sexiest man I have ever met.
Then why are you letting me go?
I can't chain you to a post.
You don't need chains. You can do the same thing with words.
I have a terrible vocabulary.
All I need is a few words of encouragement. And I might tell Mrs. Madisson that I've changed my mind.
What do you want me to say? Stay, Elliot. Isn't that something you'd say to a dog?
I see this is a waste of time.
Wait. Come here. Come here, baby. I am still crazy about you. It's just that I have certain problems right now.
Such as what?
Elliot, I'm a married woman.
You never considered that a problem before.
Well, it's a problem now because I have a little boy.
Because of Jamie?
Yes.
Oh, Raven. You want me to believe that getting your baby back is the most important thing in your life?
Well, most mothers feel that way.
Oh. Look, when you left for merry old England 3 months ago, you didn't care a thing for that little bundle of heaven. Matter of fact, you dropped your little bundle off at the Scots.
England changed me, what can I say? Could I have another drink, please?
Would you care for another?
No.
Look, I'll tell you the truth. It's because of my mother. When I saw how rotten a mother could be to a child, it made me think twice.
I don't believe you, of course. I think you're trying to patch up your marriage, and Jamie is the glue.
The marriage cannot be saved.
Or maybe you're just trying to hurt Logan. You enjoy inflicting pain on men. Look at the torment you're putting me through.
Elliot, I don't mean to torment you. It's just that I can't let you get in the way of my goals.
And I'll be in the way.
Look, I cannot do anything that can be used against me, that Logan can see. Look, I don't know how close we could be if you decided to leave your movie star. But if you did stay, it would be very, very nice.
So, Cliff Nelson's really unhappy about his achievement, huh?
No, he doesn't feel it's much of an achievement. I underestimated him. He did a fine job at the trial.
Oh, come on. It's an easy case to prosecute.
Yeah, that is when you make mistakes. You get cocky. You figure all the facts are on your side, and you get careless, but that didn't happen to Cliff.
Yeah, I'm sure he presented his facts very well. You won his conviction. What's he unhappy about?
Well, not because he's a friend of Draper's, that's for sure. I don't even think he likes him.
Maybe it's for you, because he knows Draper's your best friend.
He just knew he wasn't going to please anybody by putting in Draper in jail, and I'm here to tell you that he hasn't. He's about as popular as a skunk at a picnic.
I tell you the truth. I'm not very pleased about the way things have turned out either.
Good. I was hoping you wouldn't be.
Draper Scott is not my idea of a hardened criminal. But 15 years in the state penitentiary with 2,000 men who are. Any way you look at it, that's pretty tough.
You get another one of these. Oh, news is on. You want to catch it?
Yeah.
Eddie? Yeah. Can we turn that up a bit? Sure.
A section of track near the Grand Falls Bridge was weakened by the sudden torrential flood, causing an estimated 20 feet of track to become dislodged. Moments later, unaware of the damage, the Graham County Express sped toward the bridge and derailed. Firefighting apparatus and rescue teams from 4 counties have been called to the site of the wreck. At least 24 passengers are known dead, and some 40 are injured, but the count is expected to rise. Among the dead are young attorney Draper Scott and the police deputy assigned to accompany him to Redstone Penitentiary, Sergeant Sam Dwyer. Draper Scott, convicted just days ago for the murder of Margo Dorn, was about to begin a 15-year prison sentence, a sentence that has been revoked by the accident which has taken his life and the life of so many others. We'll be back after these messages.
Logan, I don't have to tell you how sorry I am. Yes, I understand. You sure about that part? And that really... No, I don't need any more details, damn it, not now. Wait a minute, just one more thing. What about notification? They do? Including his wife? I see, all right. Thanks. Goodbye, Harry. Better give him another drink. Refresh mine, too. Sure.
Who'd you talk to?
Somebody at TCR. They've got a direct link to the police up at Grand Falls.
And?
Everything is true. There wasn't very much left of the bodies that they found, but in some cases, identification was sure.
Thanks, Eddie.
Draper, Scott, Sam Dwyer were linked in death.
You still had the cuffs on him?
Yes.
Was that what killed him? Did that keep him from getting off the train?
No. No, the coaches of the train that didn't wind up in the river were consumed by fire. I don't see how they could have escaped under any circumstances.
Has April been told?
No, she hasn't.
Wonder what she's gonna do. Took everything she had just to watch him go off to prison, you know?
People deal with things.
I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about April Scott. I can't accept this myself. How's she gonna... She loved him. He was everything in the world to her. Now he's dead. Dead for no good reason. No reason at all.
Medahim, frugativi, et apalavi, Prince of the darkness. Beautiful, Nola. You were never lovely. Ugly countenance. I gotta start a whole new trend with this picture. To the chambers of hell. Oh, your servant, Esther Atherton, begs the mercy of the master of Hades. The door. Thus do I. Maybe Elliot has changed his mind. There is no change. Not myself.
May I come in, Nola?
You come in! I've been having the most wonderful time. I've been attending my first preview of Mansion of the Damned. And you know something? It's marvelous. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yes. I can see that you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, you mean this? I would have preferred champagne, but there isn't any in the house. Can I get you something?
No, thank you. This is official business.
Oh, dear. I know just what you're gonna say.
Do you think you could possibly turn that television off?
You're gonna complain to me again about my nasty little practical joke. Well, I'll tell you what, darling. Would you accept an apology? I'm feeling so good this evening. I want to make friends with the whole world.
I'm glad you're feeling in high spirits.
I am, and it's not because of these spirits. It's the movie, darling. You know, I really think that's why I did all those nasty little things. It's because I was so nervous about how Mansion of the Damned was going to turn out. I mean, the actors never really know how a picture is going to turn out. Not until the final cut. You can't tell if it's going to be a lemon or a lollapalooza. You probably never heard that word, did you? Because I haven't seen the second half yet, so I don't know if the ending is as good as the beginning.
But we both do know how the story ends, don't we?
Yes, happily. Hester Atherton gets exactly what she wants.
Evil triumphs.
Well, isn't that the charm of the movie? No ordinary happy ending.
I know another story that doesn't have a happy ending, Nola.
Oh, really?
The Draper Scott story. Suppose you know where he is right now, don't you? On a train, heading for prison.
What a pity. I'm sure he's a very fine young man, basically. But he should have learned to control his temper.
Nola, Draper Scott did not kill Margo Dorn.
Huh? If I didn't know better, darling, I think you were the one who was drinking. But I can see you're horribly sober and very unhappy.
The only reason I'm unhappy is because it took me so long to get at the truth. And because I couldn't find out the truth sooner, I had absolutely no choice but to provide evidence against Draper.
Yes, he's your friend, of course. That's why you'd like nothing better than to prove someone else did it? That's why you work so hard to railroad poor Elliot.
Ah, we were wrong about Elliot.
Well, nice of you to admit it. Too bad he's not home to receive your apologies.
Yes, we know that Elliot didn't kill Margo, even though he had a very strong motive. In fact, it was the same as yours.
Only criminals have motives, darling. I'm only an actress. You want to see?
No, thank you, Nola. In fact, I came here to show you something. Have you ever seen this before?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Deborah. And as for that, I assume it's somebody's hairpiece?
Yes, it is.
Well, then perhaps I've seen it on somebody's head.
It belonged to Margo Dorn.
Oh, how nice for her. I must say, I never realized the lady was bald.
She wasn't. She wore this hairpiece on the occasions when she didn't want to do her own hair.
That's hardly unusual, darling.
I suppose you're quite accustomed to hairpieces yourself.
I've worn every conceivable kind in my career, darling. Surely you remember that magnificent fright wig in Mansion of the Damned?
Ah, yes, and I also remember the lovely little gray wig you wore in Mansion of Deborah.
How clever of you, darling.
But of course, we never made the connection between Hester's wig and Mrs. Corey's wig and Margot's wig. You see, we only found out that the wig was stolen a couple of hours ago. And of course, who searches an apartment for something like this when they're looking for clues?
And just where did you find the wig, Deborah?
I think you know where I found it, Nola. And I think you know what it was used for.
I know nothing of the kind.
It was quite a make-up triumph of yours, wasn't it?
What?
Nola, you wore this wig the night that you murdered Margo Dorn.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find, always on our mind. And frustrated days pass without sight, the edge of night, half dark, half light, as we watch our